Okay, we should be live. We live, and we
And
know
we're
it.
live.
Make sure.
Welcome.
Yep, we're definitely live.
All right.
All right, let me get on there and cut it down. It's funny how my phone let me know that I'm live. Like I need to know those things.
Tracy, why are
You
you like
know.
All right, so
Yes. So,
let us begin because we have a great situation for everybody today.
yes. Welcome, viewers. So, I'll start by introducing myself. My name is Trey Eichart. I am a sickle cell patient advocate. And welcome to the Warrior Watch Party. Today we have Shay and Nyla joining us. And anyone else who wants to join, please feel free to do so with the link. Shay, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes. Before I start, the link will be in the comments because I had to actually change the link. So
Okay.
it's probably not going to be the one that that came up. Anyway.
Okay. So
So with
everyone
that being
knows.
said, the link is definitely in the comments. What the heck? How come my computer be trying to just update when don't you see me doing something? Sorry. Okay. Hello, everybody. I am Shay Breon Howard. I am the co-founder of the Sickle Cell Experience Live, and this is the extension of that, which is Warrior Watch Party Saturdays with Trey. So I'm happy to be here for the second Saturday. I wanted to provide my input for this movie because I, again, got something to say about this one as well. Um, so yeah, just happy to be here. This is my little kid, my little 7-year old headache. So yeah, that is who I am.
Yes. Thank you for being here, both of you. So, for our viewers, we watch Strain. If you are unaware, it is a movie that is currently on Netflix. So let's talk about it.
All right.
So please, if you have comments, feel free to join us or leave comments in the comment section.
I
So
don't
where do
know
we start?
why is our subtitles coming up in a different language. What's going on today? Restream. Okay, now all right, now it's fixed.
Tracy, your camera's off.
Okay.
And your camera's off again.
Nyla,
Sorry.
she's fixing it. Relax, relax, relax. I think we should start by talking about the premise of the movie and then kind of just jump into the first clip. You can't hear? You might want to try to go and come back and see if that helps. Uh-oh. All right, guys, we will be talking about the strain. Not the strain. It's not the strain.
Strain.
It's on Netflix. So if you have not watched it yet, this is a major spoiler. So please make sure you want to, you know, be able to watch it. We're here waiting for. Oh, she's back. All right. All right. There we go.
All right, there we go.
Yes. It's okay. That is, I think what happened was the program needed to recalibrate because the captions were in a different language. I was like, and as soon as I said something, it was like it kind of fritzed out and fixed, but then I couldn't hear you, you couldn't hear me. Like, oh, okay, it was a program.
Gotcha.
So we
All right, I guess, should we get started? Let's show, I guess, the opening clip, or
I think we should tell people the premise about it first and then
okay.
go from there. So go ahead. This your show. I'm a guest. You know.
All right. Well, hey, I'm taking notes. But so yes, this show is about a young boy who discovers he has sickle cell and all of the challenges he faces as a young warrior with his family, his mother, his father, and his older sister. And it gets real, it gets interesting, and I can definitely relate to a lot of the things that were said and also things that had taken place in the movie. So I think it's a really good movie. I think everyone should see it, and especially if you're a warrior, you should definitely see it.
Absolutely.
Yes. All right.
All right.
So
I'm sharing to the groups right
so
now.
just so you're aware, this will be a spoiler alert. So we will be showing some clips. Unfortunately, we can't show the whole movie. It is an hour and 45 minutes. But it's good. Take some time to check it out if you haven't already. Okay, let's get to the first clip.
All right. Let me. I'm just sharing it to the groups so we can have people watching along with us.
Gotcha.
I don't want anybody to come in and say, "Oh, what's happening?" Let's give them a chance to get on in here. You know,
That we have you.
it's it is what it is at this point. What is that? Okay. Hope everyone is doing good. Thank you for being patient. I'm trying to figure life out right now. Okay. I'm in so many groups. I was like, where are the sickle cell groups at? They were gone. Okay. Mm, okay. Why am I in so many groups? They should like put this in like. All right. That's all. I'm tired of looking and waiting. Thank you for
Please
joining
like
us.
and share.
Yeah, please like and share. We're getting ready to show the first clip. So thank you for joining. Okay. Let me share my screen. All right, guys. Hope you're ready. What the heck just happened? We're going to pretend like I didn't just do this part. All right.
I hope you guys have.
Yes, best birthday ever.
Okay. Everything okay? Well, stop the car. Hey, look. Okay.
Where he passed out.
So wait. Your name is Sickler? No, we don't call them sicklers. However, he has the sickle cell disease as suspected by the doctor when referring to us. That's impossible, right?
Doctor, only one of us has the sickle cell trait. I'm AS, and husband is AA.
That's interesting. Was this confirmed by blood test? Yes, when I was in secondary school.
And for me, just before we got married.
Well, for a child to have the sickle cell disease, both parents should have one S gene. I highly recommend that you both take another test. Okay, let's say for the sake of argument that you're right. So, but these things are usually discovered at infancy. They're usually detected early. Can I 6 years? Detection at his age is not unusual. However, he would be showing some recurrent symptoms before now. What symptoms? Well, for one, he would have episodes of extreme weakness.
Why isn't he in bed?
Well, he wanted me to carry him to his room.
That's strange. Does he have a temperature?
No, he doesn't. He's normal.
Probably just exerted himself at school.
I think he's just exercising his last-born rights.
In that case, you should take all his time. Just ask for it. I'm going to bed.
It's easy to miss, especially when we make assumptions using logic. Another commonly misunderstood symptom is severe headache.
Where's the Kene? Isn't he ready for school?
No, he complained about a very bad headache this morning.
Again? Baby, just give him ibuprofen after breakfast.
And most parents would
Alright, did she
just
say after breakfast? I missed that part.
I get the picture, doctor. So what now? Well, it cannot be placed on daily medication. As in every day? Yes.
Daily medication, that's how it works.
For the rest of his life?
I understand that this is a challenging time, and things will change a lot for your family, especially for academia. I recommend that you both sign up with a genetic counselor to help your family ease into this.
For the rest of his life. My son.
I guess we could pause it there.
Yeah. All right.
Yes. So the first thing I want to point out is I love the fact that the doctor said it's easy to miss, especially when we make assumptions using logic. Yo.
Because like
everybody go ahead.
So my thing is, when the doctor told them he had sickle cell and he said he got tested, it can't be. Honey, it can be. It is. Like, you can't. And I mean, I get the denial because you don't want to be the person that hurts your child, right?
Yeah.
And sickle cell is a painful, miserable disease. So
I like the fact that they were aware. They knew what it was. She tested before marriage. So they, even though they were trying to be cautious, even still, like it doesn't always work out that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a viewer watching with us. If you have anything that you want to add, or if there's someone else watching on YouTube, thank you for joining us. Like, honestly, it's sad, because you would think that this, what was it, 2015, 16, something like that. So he was born in like the late 2000s. So they should have tested him. They should have known, but they didn't.
Well, I would say to that is, remember it is here, yes, in the United States, but
Right.
in this particular movie, it is based in Nigeria,
Right.
Lagos, Nigeria. So I'm not so certain that they have, the hospitals and doctors and staff and just medical that's up to date with how we have here. And I don't think they test for it the way. Or somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think they do.
I think that they should, because I
Mhm.
mean it's way more prevalent out there than it is
For
here.
sure.
And
For
I think
sure.
that's something that is, it's unfortunate. It truly is. He's gone from this carefree child, and the
Mhm.
family, we didn't show leading up to that point, but they were on this in this great park on like a safari, and it was
Mhm.
very it was showing them bonding and showing how
Yeah.
amazing they were as a unit, and they had the little matching shirts on. It was cute. I was like,
Yeah,
okay
it was
then.
cute.
To have that amazing day just kind of be like halted with
Mhm.
some of the worst news of their lives,
Yeah.
and pretty much being told that their whole life is getting ready to change. Uh,
Mhm.
it's a lot, A lot of patients, they don't start getting sick until around that age. So,
Mhm. Same here. I was 6 in the first grade. I had my first crises.
hmm
My parents, they didn't know, but they knew before I was born there was a 25% chance. So,
yeah,
but yeah, when I saw that scene, the first thing that came to mind was overexertion. They're out there walking and walking in the wilderness, and
I
nobody
didn't
has
see
any
no
idea.
water.
No
hmm
water. Yep. Yep. Good catch.
hmm
I didn't see that either.
Fatamad, I hope I'm saying it right. He said, "Thank you for bringing this movie."
For sure.
Uh,
Please watch the whole thing on Netflix.
yeah, we're just gonna be talking about it and bringing up certain points that we thought were interesting. So
If you've seen it already or you have any questions or comments, please let us know what your
definitely,
opinions are.
I don't know if we should quite share the next part because I don't want us to get in trouble for showing too much. But I
Okay.
think that we should definitely talk about it.
Okay.
Um,
Which part you want to talk about?
but when the father starts talking about how things are getting ready to change, they sit
Mm-hmm.
down as a family and say, McKenna, you can't play, you can't roughhouse like you used to.
Mm-hmm.
No sports, no nothing. You just gotta be, pretty much.
Yeah.
And then they looked at the sister. I can't remember her name right now. It'll come back to
Abiri.
me.
Abiri.
Barrett, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And said, you have to watch your brother from now on. Like, you have to make
Yes.
sure you're keeping an eye on him. He's gonna
Mm-hmm.
need you.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's something that it's a big responsibility for everybody.
Especially for a child.
hmm
Especially for a child at that age who just, feeling their way through life and they have, minimal concerns. Like that's kind of heavy to take on at that age.
hmm Like, I think about Nyla is 7. Like, I can
Hmm.
only imagine figuring out. Someone says, "Oh, it's not the trait; it's sickle cell." My whole life, it'll be, it's crazy. It's a lot to deal with.
It is a lot.
So
it's a lot for just one patient. So just imagine, the strain on someone who doesn't quite understand.
Yeah. Especially as a kid, you don't get it,
And it's funny I use that word strain. It's the name of the movie.
That's why it's called Strain. Sometimes the best title is the most obvious one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're gonna fast forward to the part of to about 20 minutes in. We're gonna see. Oh, I have to share the screen again. I took it off. So hold on. All right. 19, 15. Okay. Before I started, leading up to this point, Kenneth gets this is 4 years past. He's a little bit older. He's a part of the speaking assembly in school. So this is where he's delivering his speech with his partner, and we're gonna go from there.
Friday classes to go out of the Swedish Parliament to protest for the enforcement of stricter climate actions. We do not necessarily have to do the same, but what are we doing within our sphere of influence as individuals and collectively to protect our environment? The way that movie ended, I'm sure they're all coming back in the next. Ebere. She wants to fall in the air looking at him. Me? Look at him. I wasn't. I was just. Stop. Just stop. Well, he's coming for my birthday party, right? No way. Yes, way. Then I must come. Who say hi now? He's looking at you. Very cool. Hello, don't crowd him. Don't crowd him. He needs hair. Don't crowd him. Hello? Hello? Now, sister, please come to the courtyard now. Now. Can you hear me? Don't worry, you'll be fine, okay? Just calm down.
Of course you'll be fine. Kenna is a fighter.
Is mom not coming?
There she is.
So I was so scared. I've never seen like that before. It's okay. You'll be fine. It's okay. Baby, how is he? Oh, can you? Baby. Can I? Oh, baby. How are you feeling?
Oh, should I get you a warm drink?
I don't feel like taking anything. When can I go home? Tired of all their needles.
When the doctor gives you an all clear, okay? He says your vitals are stable, but just maybe a bit stressed out.
Or excited?
So you need to take things easy.
Yeah. I didn't do anything stressful, exciting. No sports, no adventures. Next day you'll be telling me not to breathe.
Just take it easy, okay? And we won't get to that. I need to go see the doctor.
I'll come with you. We'll be back, okay?
Nothing exciting.
Don't tell them about the broadcast of the assembly. It's not what caused this.
And how do you know this, Dr. Ekene?
I just do. Don't tell. Please.
I won't. But you have to be careful.
All right.
Poor kid. He's so stressed out.
Oh, there's so much
Yes.
to unpack just in there. In that scene. A couple of scenes.
Yeah, they all pretty much tried to tell him what he couldn't do and limit him.
Mm-hmm.
That's depressing within itself. Yeah.
That
I cannot
alone,
appreciate.
you know.
Just sitting there thinking about all the things you can't do.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's so important to stay positive.
Like, I know they were just trying to keep him safe and not sick, but
him being, down and depressed would probably make him more sick and more
yeah,
stressed out.
yeah.
Know?
Because
And
he
I
was
don't
stressed
know.
because he felt like guilty for not being able to for doing something that he cared about, which was the speech stuff.
Right. And that's something that seems so simple, but like you go into a crisis and your legs give out or something, you can't stand up there,
And I know,
anything.
I know that his sister meant well. I want to unpack his sister too, because just in this scene, she's a normal, preteen, almost teen, whatever you want to call it. And of course, she starts liking a boy. So that's normal.
Right.
In the moment, she had a moment where he was going to come talk to her. Her brother passed out.
Yep.
So
you could even tell, like in the movie, like he's a little upset too, like he missed his opportunity, and I think that happens like once or twice in the movie. Yeah. So
I honestly feel like the stress of sickle cell is. I think I'm glad that they showed this movie, that they made this movie, because, excuse me, a lot of sickle cell patients don't realize, not even just patients, but people in general don't realize when one person in the family has sickle cell, it affects the entire dynamics, the entire family, the stress alone, the strain on, of course, you saw in the scene that the husband and the daughter was a little upset that Mom couldn't make it when dad could make
She
it.
has a 9 to 5. I don't know if it's a 9 to 5, but just a desk job where she doesn't have the freedom to leave, school
Yeah,
or work like
yeah,
they
she
do.
can't just hop right off. And what happens
Yeah.
after this, we're not going to show this part, but I'll talk about it a little bit since we're on the subject. The husband gets angry at her for not showing up and gets
Hmm.
mad because they called her first and she still didn't show up.
And she still didn't show up by the time. Yeah. Yeah, she had ample time,
Hmm.
but she
But
couldn't leave.
exactly, it wasn't like she was like, "Oh, it'll be all right." No, I'm pretty sure, she was sitting there like, "Oh, snaps, like I need to leave." We don't know what was happening. She could have been in a meeting. She could have been talking to her boss. All these things could have been in play on from her perspective that the husband or the daughter or the son had no clue what she went through just to get there in the time that she
Hmm.
did.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
as we can see, the financial strain
Yes.
again.
That was my next point.
The
And the
financial
mom made it
responsibility.
known.
Yeah,
Like
it's on
you
her.
don't have a steady job and you're not making income like that. So then what? Like, so who's gonna do it after that?
Yeah,
Who's
she
gonna
can't
keep a
just
roof over their head?
she can't just be like, "Well, I'm out because my child has sickle cell." You're there. This is
Yeah, you're
why
there.
you have the freedom to be your artistic self, but at the
Hmm.
same time realize you still have that more responsibility to our children because you're the one who's not having the steady job and steady income
Hmm.
and responsibility that I have. So
And what did the mom say? She said, "Are you?" I like when she asked him, "Are you upset because I didn't get here on time or soon enough?" Or you up? I'm like, what was the other reason? I can't
are
remember,
you mad
but
because they called me first?
yeah,
Hmm. And
that was
and
a good
it
point.
came down to him saying, you know, it's because they called you first. Like
And
I'm the
you're
one that
still
came
not
here.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah.
And it's so crazy to see like different perspectives in that movie too, because resentment can come from any side. The
Mhm.
father resents the mother for not being there like he thinks a mother should. The sister being resentful of her parents and also her little brother. So, and it's like, where do you find the balance?
Mhm.
Within the family dynamic.
Exactly. And I also want
Hmm.
to I don't think we're going to go over that part, but I do want to talk about how they're in counseling. The whole
Yes.
family goes to a counsel, not just together, not just sitting side by
Hmm.
side. We're in
Hmm.
counseling, but individually as well.
Hmm.
Because where do they put that if not on each
Yep.
other?
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's a lot on them. It's a
A
lot to
lot.
deal with.
I hope that encourages, other families, to seek counseling because it is so important.
Hmm.
Because, and
Absolutely.
like you said, and like the dad said, this affects all of us. Like, it's
Yes.
not just one person, the person that's actually sick. Like, some things had to
Absolutely.
be changed, some changes had to be made.
Yes. Okay, so we have a comment. Farmar said, I am from hold on, let me take it down. I'm sorry. I couldn't see. I am from why does it keep doing that? I am from Nigeria. From the scenes I have watched, sickle cell patients here suffered a lot from childhood to adult stage. Apart from unpredictable pains we experienced, there is the issue of stigma where we
Hmm.
find it difficult to partner. Those that will be willing to marry us, please watch to the end. Absolutely. Um,
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure it's difficult. It's difficult for an American with sickle cell sometimes to find that person, because you have to understand it. It's something that it's a burden on its own, having sickle cell. This is the reality. I hate to say it like that, but it is. It's a burden. So the person that you choose to be with has to understand that and be willing to carry that burden with you, just like your family did. To what extent they did, it's, it all depends on the family, but every family carries that burden in some way, in one way or the other. So,
And I want to add too that because I've been to West Africa many times and I have family and friends there, and I have discussed, how sickle cell is treated there and things like that. And um, our viewer, you saying that there's a stigma to it. Like, definitely, I've heard stories of, families neglecting their children, and, I don't know if I would call it voodoo, but like such things as curses. Hi, Melissa. Such thing as curses, are real there, and people really believe them. And a lot of people believe that, sickle cell patients are cursed there, and they don't want to be anything or anywhere around them, And I'm getting goosebumps. But that reminds me of the part. I don't know if we're gonna show that part of when the mom, she says that
we're
she
definitely
calls.
we're gonna show
Okay,
that.
are we gonna show that? Okay, let's show that part. Okay,
Definitely
after
gonna show
I'll
that.
wait. I'll wait. Okay. But yeah, like definitely it's different. And I've even been told that in places in West Africa, they may not necessarily have narcotics all the time, but their first step to, I guess you could say, holistic treatment is just pretty much giving the patient a coconut. Like natural coconut water like we drink, but that's where it starts. They don't necessarily start them off with medication, or I guess it depends on the hospital and the area you're in. But
Definitely
yeah,
depends on if you
definitely.
have the money to do it as
Mm-hmm.
well. So,
Mm-hmm.
and that's anywhere.
Right. And like you said, the love thing, dating anywhere, finding somebody that understands and is willing to, ride out the journey with you.
Absolutely. What am I going to next? Okay, let me make sure this is what I think it is before I share the screen. Okay. All right, so coming up to this point before I share the screen, this is right before the father has the offer to go to Italy for the art. I feel like it's an art contest because it's not a guaranteed job. He has to go out there for a couple months, few months, and paint, and he may or may not get
Yeah, it
so
sounds like some type of commission job, but there is no guarantee. And it's like, I don't, it's like one of those things, a risk. Like, I don't know if that was that his friend or his relative was telling him, like this could put us on the map pretty much. But
yeah.
yes, please do, Melissa. Check it out. It's a really good movie.
It is. It's definitely good. It's on Netflix. We wish we could watch it with. First of all, it's like 2 hours long, so that ain't gonna happen. And then
Not today.
second, Facebook and YouTube are definitely not having it. So
Right.
yeah.
You don't want a problem.
Okay. So that's pretty much what just happened. He just found out that
We got it. She made a comment. I have sickle cell anemia, and I haven't heard or seen this movie till I saw this video. That's awesome. Is it fairly new? Did it come out this year?
Yeah,
I just heard
like
about it a week ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
About a week ago. Hey, we heard something else. So yeah. So leading up to the point where we're about to start watching again, the father got the job offer. He wants to consider it, but considering he has a sick child who is constantly getting sick, he has a daughter who needs, supervision, who's into piano and stuff like that. He has a wife who works nonstop to support them. So they don't have the freedom of, okay, Dad, see you in 3 months later.
Yeah. Like many other families would,
Absolutely. So
they had the opportunity. Yeah.
Right now we're going to go to the part where the mom, I just want people to see the mom at work. Like, she's doing her job.
Getting it in. Yeah.
But she's not like, you feel me? She's not over there like, oh yeah, this is where I want to be. This is like, she got to do
it. Yeah, she got to do what she got to do to keep food on the table, pretty much. Exactly. Consistent food on the table, shall I say.
Exactly. Melissa said one more comment. I'm going to show that before we go on. Oh, I can't wait to see it. I will also tell my... Oh, no. Okay, I think we saw this one. Okay. Ouch. All right, that's it. All right. Let us get back into it.
It's almost painful to watch. I can't even imagine the amount of agony he's going through.
Even Dr. Hassan is concerned.
I spoke with him.
Yes, I did. He's worried about the frequency and severity of the crisis.
Yeah, we should discuss that at the next genetic session. When is it again?
Baby.
Wait. You missed it?
No. Oh, it's actually next week. I have a presentation to do that today. The presentation for...
No. You don't have to do anything. Okay? We do this as a family. Now you can have your presentation after we're done with our counseling session. You tell your boss that that's what your husband said.
Nandi, let's be reasonable.
Also, I'm not making any sense right now.
I'm sorry you're coming. But let's conclude this when we get home.
Concluded this.
Fine. No problem. It's okay.
I like what you've done with the room. I did tell you that your creativity is better for me, right?
It's been like this for ages, Daddy.
How come I haven't noticed it before now?
I guess not noticing precious things is part of being human and living.
I know that sometimes you must feel that our affection for you is scarce, but I want to assure you that your mother and I love you very much.
But love isn't enough. Is it?
What is that?
You love me. You love Ekene. Yet, I'm like your favorite visiting niece in my own house.
Understand that this is a temporary situation and will soon be over.
When? When will that be, Daddy? When will all of this be over? When will we get our lives back? When, Daddy? When?
Look, we just have to be strong, okay? Just keep putting one foot in front of the next. It will soon be. Okay? Check your brother.
Okay. Well, I will say this. It definitely wasn't at the part it was supposed to be. But that's okay. It was a good
That's
part.
okay. Improvise. Yes, Melissa, we do. I have sickle cell beta thalassemia.
Mom.
Oh,
Mom,
she asked a
she
question.
has a
Do either
comment.
one of you have sickle cell?
Yeah, I have SS. So yeah, that is to answer your question, we both have sickle cell. And this one right here has the trait. All right.
All
We
right.
have another comment from Casey.
Okay. Hey, Casey.
So sorry, I don't know why. I took this medicine and it, never mind, it's okay. Said, wow, a great place to step into the conversation. I heard a great story about the Somali and their stigma on drugs. And this really interesting touch therapy they use to treat pain. Literally, your neighbors come by and lay hands on you and speak peace, healing, wellness, and then go on their way. They will get that from right there. Sorry. They will do this every day while a person is sick. I love that. At the name of Jesus, and we're working it. Okay.
Yes.
This is KC for your input.
Okay, Casey. Positive vibes with the hands.
Yeah. So
I'm like, yeah, okay. So the part where I don't know, maybe we should go back. I can't stop thinking about the part where the little girl said love is not enough. And the dad said, what does that mean? Like, what are you saying? And she makes it clear, like, I know you love me, but he gets all the attention.
And
you guys don't even know what's going on with me.
And I feel like that was, I feel like she was kind of overreacting, to be honest. I feel like they showed her attention. It may not be as much as she would have liked, but they weren't just like, oh, away with you. You know what I'm saying? It was like moments of, okay, what's going on with you? You know, how you doing? How you feeling? And she's, honestly, she was really upset. I think we fast forward past that part too. She was really upset because, again, the boy tried to talk to her. That was her partner in class.
Yeah.
And she finally was going to get the chance to have a conversation.
He really sat next to her, like.
Yes. So
he was just shaking his head too, like.
And then her brother got sick again, and she had to leave school early. So of course, at this point, she's like, "Dang, like I can't do nothing." So her frustrations were stemming from things that she wasn't even verbalizing. You know, she wasn't saying, "Dad, there's this boy I like," or "Mom, this is boy I like," and every time I try to talk to him, I have to watch a Kenny. She wasn't saying that. So how was they supposed to know?
Right. And I think that it's so important that earlier you brought up about the importance of counseling. So at least she could talk to that counselor and let the counselor know how she really feels and unload that.
Okay. Let's see the next one. Let me make sure it is what it's supposed to be
Okay.
before we go on. Because I have my markers here. Oh yeah. This is the
Ooh.
part. We get into the nitty and the gritty.
Let's get it. I can hear you whisper.
Nyla thinks he whispers. She don't know how. She does not know how to whisper.
Yes, I do.
So we're at the point where the sister's happy she gets to go to the party. The dad
Ooh, the
is
good part.
taking her to the party. The son is sitting on the couch chilling, and the mom comes down the stairs. So we're gonna watch from this point on,
Let's play.
so we can unpack that as well. Girl, you and your moving all over the place. I can't take it. I can't handle it. Jesus Christ.
No. There's no need for that. Why not? I can just call his mom. Mommy, yes. I can make popcorn and sandwiches. I will check for something on box office.
I haven't subscribed for months, mommy.
Yeah, I know. Well, we can renew just this once. Come on. I'll be right.
Get that off of me.
That must be a cultural thing. I like you forcing him to play.
Hello. Ify. Hello, Yemi. Long time. Good to hear from you. Yes, so, I was just telling Ekene that we need to have a small get-together. Is Somto free to come over for a visit? He's actually busy now. Yeah. Oh, will it take long? Sis, I don't know. I don't know how best to say this. I really don't think I want Somto hanging around Ekene. I'm so sorry. What? Why? Did they have a fight? No, they didn't have a fight. You see, my son witnessed your son's crisis in school, and since then he's been having serious nightmares. We had to take him to our pastor for counseling. Mrs. Ezeji, please understand. Every day, Somto worries that his best friend, and that is not the right situation for a child. So I had to take the decision and this friendship. So, what happens to my son? It's not your concern. All that matters is that he's not friends with Somto. If Ekene was your child, I would be hurt. But he's not my child. That's why my husband and I had to take this decision, which we think is best for him at this time. Thank you, Mrs. Chukwuka, for your honest opinion. We pray that
Wait.
All right.
Wow. That's
Okay. Can you hear? Can you hear? You can. What do you have to say, Nyla? What's up?
Um,
You might have to go out and come back. What is it? What do you have to add?
that just because her brother doesn't really has like just because everybody that just because he has all the attention doesn't mean that the sister's parents don't really like her the most, but it's just because if took the eyes off him for an hour, then maybe something bad would have happened.
They have to keep an eye on him. They have to pay him more attention. Is what you're saying? Because he's sick.
And but the sister thinks it's because
So okay, we're gonna unpack the scene we just watched in a second. We're gonna wait for Trey to come back. But I will say this. What we just watched, in case people are wondering what that was Kenny had a best friend who he was friends with for a while. And the mom wanted him to have a fun day, have some fun, come over to the house, chill out, and give them, Nyla, don't you dare touch my stuff. You about to get up in a minute because I'm not gonna talk to you. Why is it not letting me add you? There we go. Okay.
Sorry. Keep speaking.
Yeah, I was just telling people what they just watched.
Okay, cool.
I wanted the best friend to come over and visit, pretty much, and that was the conversation. Was his mom calling the best friend's mom to set up a play date, pretty much, and that was the response she received.
Because he had
So
nightmares. Has that ever happened to you before? Like someone's parents didn't want their child to play with that you knew of just because of sickle cell?
not that I can totally remember.
Mm-hmm.
All of my friends all my life have been pretty supportive of me with my illness, even my childhood friends. Like, they recognize. It's so funny because, like, you know how sometimes it'll rain in Cali, but it's the sun is still out.
Yeah.
So, like, I would
All
get
the
the,
time.
go in the house, Shay, go in the house because it's raining and we don't want you to get sick. First of all,
This is
ma'am,
not really rain.
it's 90 degrees today. I'm all right. but
Flash
I
flood.
appreciate and understand your concern.
Mm-hmm.
So, I never really. I mean, I've had people say, like, the older I've got, I've had friends say things that were hurtful
Mm-hmm.
about my illness or me being sick. I've had people try to use the fact that I was sick as something to talk about.
Wow.
But I've never, like, I'm a couple. I always tell you, I'm a couple tacos short of
Taco short on combo.
a combination plate. Okay, I don't got it all. I'm not. So, a person that is willing to say things out of the box to me has to be a whole combo short of a combo. Do you understand me? They don't got it all at all. So I never really had
No
that.
tortillas.
No tortillas. They don't even got the beans and the rice. Okay, they out here just hungry. Um,
But no, I
so
haven't had that. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say. So I have never. What I would say, and I know this isn't politically correct. I would say that for my mother's side, hey, if you're on that side of the family, take it how you want to take it. I might be talking about you. I might not be talking about you.
The shoe fits.
If the shoe fit, lace it up. I felt that disconnect. I felt that treatment, that different treatment, but not like in a, oh, I'm so concerned type of way,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
from them. So I will say that. But other than that,
Yeah, I never had that. It's really interesting. The only time I ever remember like really leaving like elementary school was that one time I had a crisis when I was like 6 or 7 in the first grade. I mean, I did have other crises, so but people didn't really know. I don't know how I managed to get by basically all the way through high school. People not really knowing that I had sickle cell or me not really having a crisis like at school to where people really saw it. At home, yeah, but so no one really knew. So no one really said anything like that. But I have had people like in my adult years in life, people throw it in my face that they took me to the hospital before, like, but they got cut off.
right. I mean, I've had, right. So-called friends have fell off, but other than that,
Yeah, see, no big deal.
I feel like had there been someone like, I think it would have been a little bit different too because my mom has sickle cell. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it would have went too well if someone had told my mom, "Oh, we don't want I don't want my child talking to your child because she has sickle cell." I think that
Yeah,
she would have took it, wrong twice.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, for herself and for you, right?
yeah. So,
I get that. I get that.
and you don't need a whole bunch of friends to validate. I thought when I was a kid I needed all the friends, and I used to buy stuff for everybody, and you don't need that.
And
Those
where
people
they at? Where they at?
they're not your friends. My grandma blatantly told me. She's one day I was like, "Oh, all my friends," because I think I wanted some money to do something like nice because I was nice back then. Um, and my grandma was like, "What do you need it for?" And I was like, "Oh, I want to get this for all my friends." And she looked me dead in my face and she said, "You don't have friends. You have associates." And I thought she was so mean and rude. How dare you, ma'am, tell me that I don't have friends? I got friends, and I have all the friends. And literally, probably like, I know it was that same year, all my friends disappeared off.
Wow.
It's a long story, but she was right.
Yes.
Long story short, she was right.
Man, mothers and grandmothers, they know. They know
They
what's
know.
up.
They know. She was like, "You don't have no friends."
But yeah, again, I wanted to go back to what I was saying earlier about in West Africa, Nigeria and Ghana, I would say especially, a lot of people there do practice voodoo, and they feel like, yeah, a person who has sickle cell is cursed, and a lot of times it's not only like the parent of a friend, it's like in your face, like your family for a lot of people there. Like, nah, we don't want you around us. Like, we don't want whatever curse you have, and you gonna pass it to the other kids or anything. But
The ignorance.
yeah, exactly ignorance. Exactly.
We have like some comments, so let's go over some of these here comments. Melissa said, "Not me." I take it you have not witnessed gone through that, which is a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
KC says, but it has never been you can't play with the sickle cell kid. It's always been the sickle cell kid don't get to play. I was playing. I got
I
to
was
do.
too.
You know what I think? I think it was like kind of ironic that, you know, I don't think my mother got to experience not even half of the things that I did growing up. I think that unfortunately she was kind of like not the guinea pig, but she was the one that was more cradled, and
Because back
so
then they had way less information than we did, and you know,
mm-hmm.
than our
So when I
parents
came
did.
home, I was just
She
they
knew.
was like, look,
Okay.
do what you do. You get
Yeah.
sick, we gonna handle it, and it is what it is.
Yeah. Facts.
All right then.
Facts. I think, yeah, my mom was like that with me. Like, I would do everything. You know, I was a nature kid. I always wanted to go on hikes. I always wanted to be outside riding bikes, playing hide and seek, whatever. Just outside, doing anything and everything, running, racing, all of that. Swimming. My mom would be like, look here. She would look at my dad, and my dad would be like, I ain't running nobody to Kaiser tonight, so you better go sit down
Man,
somewhere.
that was the favorite phrase. All right, you can go
It was
out there
just,
if you
it
want to.
became
I
a
ain't going to
look.
theaters.
Yes, it became a look like, and I recognize like you have to know your body. Like, okay, okay, just
Mm-hmm.
have fun, but just know if you starting to feel sick or you do have a limit and be aware of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm trying to read Casey's comment, but I don't know why it's not.
Oh, this is
Okay.
Melissa's comment. I've had one lady try to compare. Oh, it's gone.
I'm sorry. Yeah, it was
It's okay.
Melissa. It's not popping up here, so I had to show it
Okay, I
this
didn't read
way.
it. What did it say?
Um, I've had one lady try to compare sickle cell to being elderly. She wanted to say that God has done so much for me, but I can't do something for him. My mom had to keep me from telling her off because she didn't want me to read her like a book. Okay. The whole comparison thing. I've had that. No, I've had that. My ex was like,
Yeah. What? I want to hear this.
my,
What?
my ex was like, my broken arm is worse than a sickle cell crisis. I was like, you know what? Can we trade?
I've heard a man passing. What is that? Ex coworker, this Arab man, told me that passing a stone through his genitals is worse than a sickle cell crisis. I said, have you ever had a crisis? I'm sure that's really painful, and that happened to you one time, right? Okay, simmer
Sit down.
down.
Have a seat, baby. It's okay. That's really the truth. Like, not to say no, you can't invalidate someone's pain, but you definitely it is
There's no
scientifically proven.
comparison.
Right. It's scientifically proven sickle cell pain is the worst pain you can feel. Worse than childbirth. Let me tell you something. I was in labor.
Oh,
I
yes,
was
please.
having I was
Enlighten
having
me.
contractions, right?
Uh-huh.
And you know how they measure your contractions, how big they are, you know.
I've been
And
told. I've heard stories.
yeah, so it was like these big old, and the nurse came in and was like, "You don't feel this?" I was like, "Nah, but my legs are still hurting from sickle cell. So can I get my
What?
pain?"
You're telling me that the sickle cell pain hurt more than the contractions? That's deep.
Absolutely. I,
Wow.
I, I
Well,
I will take a contraction any day. It's uncomfortable. It
wow.
doesn't feel good. Sorry, it's a fruit fly. It doesn't feel great, but it's not unbearable. Not to me. I
Hmm.
mean,
But they say we have a high tolerance for pain, so I get
yeah.
that. I get that.
To participate in the discussion, look in the comments for the link to join the actual live. It's on. It should be. Is it there? I don't see it anymore.
Uh-oh.
Let me see.
Okay. In the meantime, while you're doing that, I just wanted to say, yeah, I recently had a relative, and I don't know if this relative will see this, maybe not, but I'm gonna just throw it out there. People really try to say things that they think will help, right? And I recently had I got sick maybe 2, 3 weeks ago, right? I was really just down in the dumps, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so then I ended up having a little family get together that I went to while I was still sick, but I was still moving slow, but I was moving, right? And she told me, "You need to take better care of yourself." You know what I do? She said, "I pray for my cells. You should pray for your sickle cells." Tell them what to do.
All right then.
I was like, that's not how this works, ma'am.
And you know what? You can pray, but
That's not just gonna take the pain away like right away. But it's just like people really they just say stuff. I just let it roll off. I don't think I said anything to her because I was like, you really don't know, and I'm okay with that. Like if you want, I could explain it to you, but yeah, my sickle cell's not just gonna go away. I think she had some kind of condition, and I think it went away when she did a lot of praying. I think that's why she said that, but it's not the same.
sorry, I'm trying to get us
Yes, let's get some people on here.
so yeah. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, that you can't compare pain to anything. That's just, let's just say that.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Casey said it's sad that kind of ignorance is still around, but even in America, we know that ignorance still affects our children.
Mm-hmm. For sure. For sure.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think Facebook might be tripping on me,
Uh-oh.
but I don't see anything, so I ain't gonna jinx it.
Okay. Well, you know what happened last time, and we didn't show the whole thing, so hopefully they'll bring it back. Run it back. I'm
Run
okay with
it
that.
back, run it back. Anyways, so yeah, that was disheartening, to see all she really wanted was to give her son a good day,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
All
she was
right.
excited. You saw her grab that bread, girl. That was like,
Yeah.
and then the girl had the nerve to say, "Hey, sis,"
Right,
at the
girl.
beginning. That
I went.
floored me to watch it over again, because from watching it before, and now knowing what's getting ready to happen, I'm like, sis, you finna tell her some foolery right now. That's not just this.
Well, I mean, it's just crazy. I feel like I don't know about that comment. I feel stuck between a rock and a hard place. Like I feel conflicted about it because on one hand, I think it is ignorant. On the other hand, I feel like the mom is trying to protect her child. But how do you do that? Like, and it's not so much that it's because he has sickle cell. I think what the mom said, it was because the son was having nightmares about his best friend dying. I don't think
Yeah,
it was a good idea to just take him away from her son from his friend. Like, but how do you navigate
that
that
was
as a
the
parent?
dumbest idea ever. Why would you?
Yeah. So you're basically hurting both of the boys, but as a parent to protect your child from having horrible thoughts. Well, I guess they should just talk to him. They could have just talked to him. He'd been all right. They could have just
First of
had that
all, death is
conversation.
a part of life, right? Death is life. To live is to die. So
Mm-hmm.
you never know. he might outlive your son.
True.
And then what happens? What can
Right.
you possibly say to him to make up for what you did?
Yeah, and it's not like other kids don't have broken limbs or they pass out. I've seen all of that. Like, your
Mm-hmm.
mom, she was tripping. She was tripping big time.
Yeah, that didn't make no bit of sense, but okay.
Right.
If that helps your boat float, then sink. Let me
It is. It is tricky though. She was so down, like ready to talk to the other mom.
Hey sis. That's
She
like
really,
me.
she really thought about it. Like,
That's like me
he's
answering the
busy.
phone. Hey sis. Nah,
Yeah.
we can't be friends no more. What? That's so fake. That was
I ain't
fake.
messing I ain't messing with your son no more. Like,
You cool, but your son, he's sick.
yeah, that's just, yeah, stinky.
That
All
was
right, we got another clip.
we do. Oh, let me make sure we're on the right part again.
Okay.
I put markers. See, I have my little notes for the markers, but I think what happened is that the mouse slipped last time.
Mm-hmm.
So now, okay, what's this? Okay, this is a good part. Wait, is this it? Yeah, this is it. All right. Let us share the screen. Share the screen to share. Boom, 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 boom. Alrighty.
Baby, you still haven't told me why your mom came visiting the other day.
That's because there's nothing to tell.
Baby, you and I know that your mother isn't popular with random visits. And I've been patient enough. Yeah, so tell me, how was she here?
Well, she was here to offer me forgiveness and a job.
What job?
I mean, you really don't want to know about the forgiveness part.
Okay, tell me everything.
Turns out my father has had a change of heart and he has decided that he forgives me and he wants me to forgive him also.
That's nice. And?
That's the thing, babe. I don't know. I mean, the man hurt me badly. I can't believe he just cut me off just like that. I practically lived for the man. He did everything he asked me to do, including studying civil engineering, which is a course I despise, by the way.
And excelled at it. Come, you worry me. You excelled at it. It would be nice for you to have something professional to fall back on when you get tired of painting.
Just accept me, accept what I want to do, and support me. And then now he wants to forgive me. How magnanimous of him, as if I'm the one who's in the wrong. He should be asking me for my forgiveness.
Nandi, he's still your father. And his forgiveness comes with a job offer.
Exactly. He's trying to buy my forgiveness with a job. And I'm not having it. I'm not taking it, Yemi.
You must be joking.
Why are you angry? No, why are you upset?
Do you think I like to work as much as I do? Even on some Saturdays, that I like to be the only one, earning a steady income for this family.
Hey, listen.
Don't babe me, please. Don't babe me, Namdi. You always complain about our financial state, about your inability to earn a steady income. And now your father brings is what you do best. That's it. You're pathetic.
It's all your fault. How? Mom and Dad didn't fight like this until you became a sickly child. I think I like the attention, but I'm in pain. Yes.
What happened to him?
I was at the top of my room and then I had a sound.
Can you speak killers? Can you speak killers? Because no. If it's what I suspect, medication will be a bad idea. Tell him to smile.
Sorry.
Smile?
Yes, to smile. I'm dispatching an ambulance. They will be there soon.
Thank you so much, doctor. Buddy, hey, can you smile? Smile. Can you?
Let me speak to him directly.
All right.
Yes.
That was a lot to unpack, and I know this next part is important too.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get on to the nitty gritty. I'm sorry if you guys. I muted myself because the veggies I was eating were crunchy, and I didn't want y'all to
I
hear
thought
me.
that was me. I got off and on like twice.
My bad. I think that was me. I'm sorry. Once I unmuted it, once I looked up, I'm sorry. Them glass noodles hit the spot. And the veggies, you know when they got that nice crunch, but it's not too crunchy? That's where I was at. I was in a little bit of heaven. I had the movie, I had the food. It was going down.
Hilarious. But yes, so on this particular scene, the parents are arguing, and the sister, guilt trips.
Oh no!
Brother.
We gotta. Why were they arguing? Trey, can we unpack that real quick? Because
I forgot it was muted.
Oh. Okay, so I remember, and I was able to hear it too. So pretty much what you missed is we skipped over the part where the mom came to the house.
Oh, this is the part they were arguing because the mom wasn't there. Oh, okay.
No, they were arguing because he went days without telling her what his mom came to talk to him about. And she was finally like, okay, so what's up? Because your mama don't just do pop.
Okay.
She don't just stop by because it's a nice day. Like she come when she's coming to tell you something. And so in the conversation, he says, oh, well, she came to tell me that my father was ready to forgive me, and he wanted to apologize. And in his apology came a job in an art gallery. It's a good paying job. And so she's like, oh, wow, okay, great. And, she was being supportive. She was being a supportive wife. Oh, but that's not it. You're not listening. Okay. So what else is it? Oh, well, I just don't understand. And he really hurt me and I worshiped him. And I'm sorry that you feel that way, but sir, we got bills. We got things to do. We have a big child. What do you mean? You're not gonna take a good job over hurt feelings?
Right. And
Hurt
that's what it
feelings is
was.
gonna make you miss out on a good job. When I'm
Mm-hmm.
here working like a dog, you mad at me for working. You mad at me, like, what are we doing? And he's, she did kind of go off. I think it was something that she had been holding in for a while because
Mm-hmm.
she was trying to make sure everything was copacetic, but that much stress on her, I'm sure she felt like she was missing out on him when, he's sick. She wants to be there more, and she can't. As a mother myself, I know, like, if my child was sick and I had to work and not take care of her, I would feel some type of way.
Mm-hmm.
So if I couldn't be there more and enjoy my child more, knowing my child had a life-threatening illness, I would feel some type of way.
Right.
So to carry that with
Exactly.
me and then have everybody else, oh, you work too much, you don't
On
care.
you, you're not doing enough, and yeah.
Bruh, like I don't know where I saw it. I saw it on social media, on Facebook. Somebody was like, oh, I didn't like the mom, and the mom was this and that. The mom? Of all the people that you could have a problem with. Now, I'm not saying she was perfect. She didn't have to go in on the husband like that, but
Nah.
I think she just reached her point of like, you have the
Like, I'm doing
opportunity.
everything I can, yeah, to
Yeah,
keep
and
us afloat, and you have an opportunity, and you're not gonna take it to better our situation.
because your feelings are hurt.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
It's like your dad already swallowed his pride, and came back
Yeah.
around.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure it took a lot for him to say, okay, you know what, I was wrong. Not only was I wrong, here's a job. You don't want to do what I groomed you to do all your
But I
life,
support you.
but here, I want you to make money for your family. What more
Yeah,
do
but
you want from him?
how did the son get involved in that conversation? I don't remember.
So they were overhearing them argue. So when she said, had you bothered to actually get tested at a hospital or a doctor like I did before we got married, we would not be in this
Oh,
situation right now.
see. Mm.
We wouldn't have got married, and I wouldn't have a sick child. And so that was him. I've been trying to make up for
Oh.
that all this time.
Then she blaming him now, and
Yeah, and then he tried to put it back on her, talking about I do everything. And she's like, what's everything?
taking care of
I
our son.
started laughing. I was like, ooh, what's everything, sir? Because she hot. You better come with
Mm-hmm.
it. If you ready to argue, you better have that whole argument laid out, or you finna get laid out. And she was like, oh, because you take care of our sick son? That
Right.
you are the reason why he's sick? I was like, damn.
Dang.
Harsh. And so I don't know if you all heard, but it got to the point where the kids, it flashed to them listening and overhearing this argument. And the sister looks at the brother and says, this is all your fault.
Mm-hmm.
This is
That's
all
so
your fault.
cold.
And he's like, you think I like the attention? You think I want them to argue? You think
And she
this is...
gonna say yes.
They never fought before you got sick. They were this... Bro, they're a married couple. They're going to fight over something. It's going to be something. So
Right.
this just happened to be the something. And it was
Mm-hmm.
just like, I don't know. I just feel like that was very mean spirited for her to say to him. I
Yeah, it
get
was.
that she resented him. And in her resentment, yeah, you could tell your daddy all day long stuff. It'll hurt him, but he'll get over it. But to tell your brother stuff like that when he's already fighting an illness that you have to have the fight in you to win, you don't do that. Because what
Mm-hmm.
happened directly after she said that to him? In case no one realized, he had a stroke. He had a mini stroke. The stress of, oh my God, I'm sick. The stress of, my body is in constant turmoil. The stress of, my parents are arguing. It's my fault. The stress of, now my sister hates me and she thinks it's my fault too.
Mm-hmm.
What what do you think is going to
Stress is
happen?
a trigger. Yeah. But see, and that's the thing. Like, I almost feel like they haven't really figured it out, like what all the triggers are, you know. But I think as the movie progresses, then they're kind of trying to, then they're starting to see like, nah, the little girl, she knew, because when they're talking about it before, they say, "Are you? What did they say? Did you overdo it? Were you over exercising?" I forgot how she worded it, but they basically asked, and they knew that that could be something stress or being too excited is what the sister said.
Hmm. And my thing was, like, the dad looked at her dead in her face and was like, what happened? And if you knew you couldn't say what really happened, that's a telltale sign that you wrong, because you
It's
straight up
probably
lied.
something you shouldn't have been doing.
You lied. You straight up said, "Oh, I was at my door and I heard him fall." No, no, no. What led up to that? Because you were there. You were right there with him until 5 seconds before he fell. So what happened?
Hmm. Hmm.
And she could not verbalize, "Oh, well, I told my brother who's sick it was his fault that you guys were fighting."
Yes. But yes, all in all, though, I guess there's more to this movie. How long have we been on here? Has it been an
We've
hour?
been on here for a while now. It's about an hour 30.
Okay. Well, I think we should probably wrap it up. There is much more to this movie, everyone. I don't want to completely spoil it for you. Um, but you should definitely watch it again if you haven't already. It's a
Yes.
great show. Shay, thank you for being here again. Your beautiful face. Thank you for your presence.
No problem.
And yes, and again next Saturday, 4:30 Pacific Standard Time, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. Same place, same time, different movie or show. We'll be sending out a flyer within the next few days, so keep an eye out for that. And since you're here, Shay, would you like to use your outro?
Oh, of course. Before we go, I just wanted to remind people while I'm live that we are having a mind, body, and spirit workshop on Tuesday at 5 p.m. Pacific time. Okay. Now we're going to
Mm-hmm.
be presenting on mental health and ways we can improve or, you know, do better. We're going to talk about physical fitness and how we can keep our bodies
Nice.
physically strong and fit. We're also going to be talking about nutritional fitness because what you put into your body matters. All right. We're also going to be talking about Zumba, specifically
Oh,
tailored for the sickle cell patient. So,
I'm excited.
yeah, it's gonna be a
Tuesday at 5, you
Tuesday.
said?
Yes, 5
All
o'clock on
right.
Tuesday. Tuesday, Tuesday,
All
Tuesday.
right. That's Pacific Standard Time.
Yes. So
Got
it
it.
won't be completely live. If there is a registration link on my page, I will share it again. Um, if you want the Zoom link to join and be a part, just to listen, um, you'll have to register and I will send the links out pretty soon, probably tomorrow or Monday, before Tuesday. And we'll go live for a little bit, but it won't be like the entirety of it. So yeah, um, hope everybody joins the Zoom and likes the workshop. My name is Shay Breon Howard. And as always,
I want
start
to
where
add
you
one more
are.
thing. One more thing. If you haven't already, please fill out the advocacy survey. If you haven't already, That's really important. We can get more information that will help patients, doctors, nurses, everyone involved, the community in general. Just want to throw that in there.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Until next time, start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can. All right. Peace.